I have returned to give you all another special present. Regardless of the state of my mental well-being, and because of just how many of you begged, pleaded, and even demanded that this become a series, we're going to be putting on our tinfoil armor, crafting a sword that slices through all of the gang stalkers, and equipping our shield that will block us from any and all sound weapons. Because today, we're venturing back down the rabbit hole that is Schizogram.
I have had enough of it. I am hurting my
Before we get into it, I'd like to re-explain the schizo leveling system for those of you that hadn't caught the first video. Basically, I needed to find a way to put every different schizo in its own category so that I could research them more efficiently. But there's also a few caveats that I may not have gone over in the first video. The leveling system is broken up into 5 different levels, with 3 main levels being the bread and butter, the meat and potatoes of what schizogram is. So level 1 is reasoning and actions are discernible. That's someone that you would look at and you go, okay, yeah, so this is a guy who just thinks that someone lives in his water heater.
That I'm telling you to get these things out of your house. They're monitoring what you do, what you say.
Level 2, reasoning and actions are hard to pinpoint. This is someone that is more incoherent. You have to scroll more and look through their reels more to figure out just what calculations are leading them to the answers. How 1 + 1 = 7.
These are people that have been involved in my gang stalking. Yes, they use kids too. This guy was doing witchcraft. Just watch him do his thing.
Level 3 is absolutely incoherent. There are some people in schizogram that just legitimately are psychobabble and you can't pinpoint what their motives are, what their motivations are.
Good morning, Ratcliffe. Do you know what 17 + 8 equals? Probably. Is there anyone by me?
Now, level 0 is an appropriate level that I have deemed because in my pursuit of researching schizogram, I had a lot of you send me profiles on Instagram, and a huge section of those profiles were people that were basically just on drugs. That's all it was. So I have to put those people in level 0, which, believe it or not, there actually is some that are worth going over.
My name is Matthew 𝙀𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. I'm running for president in 2032. Tyler Higbee from the Los Angeles Rams will be my vice president. I'm 6'2", 6'3" with shoes on, and I'm worth 6 figures. I'm looking for a girl to get pregnant, preferably a white or a Spanish girl.
And that leads me to level 4. There is a phenomenon where a lot of you, I'm talking at least 40 of you, sent me what I consider just to be unk. Someone's unk. I know to a lot of you, this type of person would probably look insane, schizo. Unks are super unpredictable, very manic, very energetic, do crazy stuff into the camera, have no shame. They'll do it in public. I can see how you all think that this would be a schizophrenic person, but that's unk. That's just basically unk, baby. First on the list is an account by the name of I Was Never Brought In. As you scroll down this person's reels, you'll find out that they're very organized about documenting their life, always gives times and dates on videos, posts sometimes hundreds of times a day. That is something that you will always see in schizogram, and it never ceases to amaze me just how much times they post throughout the day. You will scroll for 10 minutes and then you'll look at the time that it was posted and it'll say 8 hours ago. This is someone named I Was Never Brought In. I had to read a lot of psychobabble, rambling notes to figure out the lore behind I Was Never Brought In. And what I can basically boil it down to is that he is, and this person's name is Harrison, by the way. Harrison worked at the CIA at one point and was co-workers with John Ratcliffe, the director of the CIA. John Ratcliffe brought Harrison's subconscious to the CIA when he was a child. And it turns out, because of all of the truth Harrison is telling on Instagram, the CIA is holding him hostage by not letting him do anything with his life unless they get paid. And he knows that they know that just killing him doesn't work. How is the CIA holding him hostage, you ask? Let me show you. You'll notice when he films himself, he always films over the shoulder. See what he's doing?
Oh, hi, Ratcliffe. It should just be me on his property. I do see someone slowly running up the street, but definitely want to point out that it should only be me on this property. I don't know the person who's slowly running up the street.
Every time he films, you see he does it over. He throws it over his shoulder. What is the CIA doing? What are you doing, John Ratcliffe, at the CIA?
Good morning, Ratcliffe. Do you know what 17 plus 8 equals? Probably. Is there anyone by me?
The way the CIA is messing with Harrison is they have someone who follows him around, someone invisible who follows him around and touches him. And this is keeping him from being able to live his life, as one would assume.
Who the fuck's been touching me? Oh, so everyone knows I do have a slight fear of picking up other people's cats.
I think what he's saying is, like, it should just be me right now. How is there someone behind me touching me? Who's been invisible to me and touching me? You can tell he gets pretty annoyed by the fact that the CIA is sending somebody invisible to touch him. He gets really pissed. So right here, this is where he says it. He says something along the lines of, I don't shop at Wegmans for someone invisible to be touching me. I don't shop at Wegmans to be followed and touched by someone that I can't see. It's almost like it's the way that this is framed is like it's a bad review of Wegmans. Yeah, I didn't come here to be touched and followed by invisible people. 1-star Yelp review. I need to talk to your manager. Who's following me and touching me? Who's the invisible guy? Maybe you should take it up with the invisible police. I'm sure there's a lot more going on with this dude. It just is, it goes so far. There's so much that he talks about, and it's so, the never sees aren't supposed to be here. Wegmans. He's always at a Wegmans. He talks about having the Wi-Fi codes to a Wegmans. It's so interesting that there is a whole group of people in our society that truly believes they are being gang stalked and targeted. And their response to that is to document every part of their life, way more than what a normal person would document, and provide a date and timestamps while doxing the location that they're filming it all in.
It should just be me.
It should just be me.
It feels like someone's been touching me.
That's what the slogan means. Is that it should just be me right now. Why is there someone touching me? I have a question for you. Why is there someone touching me? It should just be me. It should just be me. I like how he says it so nonchalantly. It should just be me. It's weird. I think one of the reasons that you all like this series so much is the fact that this probably makes you all feel really sane, doesn't it? We've all gone through the whole feeling that, oh, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm kooky. Especially in the day and age that we're all living in. I think we've all had to have that long look in the mirror and consider if we're going insane when it comes to stuff like this. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're not going. Maybe y'all are going to be just fine. That was always something whenever I had deep existential crises about my own manic depressive episodes. I would have long talks with my father about it, and he would say, do you know how I know that you're not crazy? Is because you question it. Crazy people do not question whether or not they're crazy. This guy knows for a fact that the CIA is doing this. There's no rationalizing, well, maybe it could be something else that no. It has to be the CIA. Invisibility equals hypnosis and torture. Just ask the police. Yeah, just go ahead and ask them. Okay, bro, just ask them. That's what it equals. All right. Sorry, Harrison, but you are a level 3 schizo. Honorable mentions for level 1s is a user that goes by the name of 𝙀𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙍𝙔𝙏. 𝙀𝙑𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 believes that light bulbs are possible weapons and that LED bulbs are cameras because of the transistors that he finds inside them.
I could have opened another one just now, showing you. You see those transistors in there? You see that? I'm not finished. I'm going to show you the rest. Because TikTok said this was against community standards, that I'm telling you to get these things out of your house. They're monitoring what you do, what you say. Now, you see the transistor in there? This is another one, monitoring you in your own home. They can see you and your wife when you're making love and everything else. Get these LED bulbs out your house.
I think you guys know that I am a conspiracy theorist. At the end of the day, brother, you're filming this video with a monitoring device. I know you don't hide your phone out of your room when you're making love with your wife. So, LED light bulbs, all that shit. I know that they're patenting technology to be able to have a full 3D scan of your house with AI and your Wi-Fi router, EMF waves, all the shit that's going on, them being able to monitor you through your smart TV. They've been doing this shit since Big Brother's ever been around. Before that, they had pure access to your household. They would just park outside your house in a minivan and had some giant machinery that just shot microwaves into your house so that they could listen to you if you were someone that they identified as a threat to their democracy. But at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to be spending their time. I don't think NSA, CIA is spending their time worrying about black people in this kind of way. I think what they're doing is they're probably spending more time riling you guys up and trying to stoke a race war. I think that's what they're investing their time in. I don't think that they're really giving a fuck what you're doing inside the comfort of your own home. Forgive me, but I don't think that the NSA is chomping at the bit to figure out what black people are doing inside their houses. I think we all know. This user's name is Eric the Viking 1987. What I have written in my dossier is as follows. Definitely on drugs. Believe he is having visions of God to uncover conspiracies and that he can see major catastrophes before they happen, which they don't. Also uses AI to confirm his delusions, which, by the way, AI has been horrible for insane people's mental health. Yeah, he poses hypothetical situations to artificial intelligence, and it gives him likelihoods and explains what's going to happen if that happens. AI enables his delusions by speaking to him as though this is something that is going to happen and that he is a sane person.
So how did I come to receive this blessing from the Lord? You know, I've been being hacked relentlessly. And I was praying about relief. I just said, you know, God, you're all powerful. You obviously know who's doing this. Just make it stop. I mean, I'm tired of having no privacy and my stuff getting deleted. Anyway, so he pointed me to this map. It was this very low-key place called Serendipity Labs, right? Sounds like an R&D shop or something technology. It's not. It's an event place, like, you know, wedding receptions and whatnot. But not from the outside. It just doesn't fit the profile. It just doesn't. And next to that, down the street, is something called Gorilla Desktop. So again, suspicious. So what I do is I take the key and I start doing 360 around to like find clues. And that's where I started to see like this Niagara Bank popped up, and then a new subway sign popped up, and then some really weird ads on poles. So it was like getting my attention to poles. And there's a guy walking, you know, in one of the photos with something over his hand, like, he's got a gun in a bag. And then they changed the subway out to make it a chopped banner, but they didn't get it all. Anyway, so this is crazy. I mean, you think I'm crazy, but I think I'm stopping something before it starts. I'm at least alerting authorities that they need to be vigilant.
I had an actual dream that I recorded this video and then published it to Patreon. And then one of his delusions actually happened, like it was a mass shooting or an earthquake or whatever it was. Then the government had to investigate me because I made this video about this, knowing that this was going to happen. And it put me in hot water because they were like, how did you know it was going to happen? And it was just me watching this guy's. I had a legitimate dream about this while I was sleeping. There's something fucked up going on here, because just watching this right now, I'm getting deja vu of my dream of me watching his videos and talking about them on Patreon, and then being investigated, raided, and then arrested and in a interrogation room, and them asking me how I knew whatever he's talking about was going to happen. And I'm trying to explain to them it's just schizogram. I was just doing schizogram.
This one's much harder for me to fathom and put together, but it's something in New York City. And I don't know if it's connected or if it's two separate incidents, but there is going to be some kind of street working construction that's going to allow them to drop some kind of cable down in the subway system that's going to let them change the signaling. And there's going to be a subway crash between two cars. And it's going to look like a natural disaster, but it's man-made. And for some reason, it looks to me like whoever does it is dressed as a fireman, maybe? I don't know. At the same time, it's either a distraction. I mean, I watched Heat recently, so maybe this is like channeling that. But there's going to be a bank robbery. And I got two. I went back in time, and the first bank at this location was the First Niagara Bank, which I've never heard of. And now it's the First Key Bank, which, again, I don't think it's big, but it looks as though they're going to be robbed, and there's all kinds of visual evidence, and you guys make the determination, but I also used AI to figure out about the subway thing, and it gave me two very distinct readouts, which I think were showing me the trains, possibly the train numbers. So, thank you.
It's absolutely insane how bad AI is going to be for these people the more it develops. Next on the list, and that's a woman who goes by Evelyn Bosley. The government of Canada is burning her and chemicaling her and targeting her. Constant state of turmoil, kind of believable. Good time to touch on the fact that it's a common belief that these people are being targeted by the government. Yeah, so this basically, there's a lot of them that I can't tell if they are in legitimate pain or they have some sort of health issue, if this is a placebo effect and they're just like, I'm in pain because the government is trying to kill me. Just watch.
I want you to know how savage this unit or team, whatever you. The team of evil. I have had enough of them hurting my private area, right? Swelling it and running currents through it. And
the government is hurting her private area and swelling it and running currents through it.
They don't stop. 5 minutes ago, they moved the furniture up above my head. I could hear all the furniture move. And then the chemicals started. It's like glue. It's like glue. I was fine earlier, all day, everything. I go to lay down that bottom of my...
And this just goes on.
These people are sick up there. There's their own program. I don't know if you can tell, but I just...
She couldn't even speak on that one. Yeah, it's like...
You know, I am sick of them choking me. Do you hear me? I'm sick. This is nothing more than a government allowed attack. Your attack programs that you historically have done to people and are now doing to my family, better end. You are an embarrassment to yourselves here. You know what they're doing? They're stopping my breathing. They're stopping my breathing with their chemicals.
When you see someone in constant physical torment, there's a human side of you that wants to believe that's what's happening to them is real, but it's been going on forever and ever. And maybe this is a woman who had a botched surgery and the government, and she's blaming the government, but I find it odd that there's so many of them that just blame the government on every... I mean, it's basically what I do. I blame all my problems on the government, but man.
Just now, they're joking me with chemicals, but they're zapping my private again.
They're joking me with chemicals and they're zapping my privates again.
My private is hanging down.
Trust me, I'm a fighter, but if this was my life, I'd probably jump. I give this woman a level 2. At this moment in time, because that was a little bit more serious of a schizogram poll, I need a palate cleanser. And not just any palate cleanser, I need a Mike Davis level palate cleanser. And there's only one other man that could give us those types of immaculate Mike Davis vibes. And that man is Matt 𝙀👋👃. Calls himself Mr. Tampa Bay. He's an entrepreneur, and guess what? He's running for president in 2032. I don't believe this guy's crazy. I think it's just cocaine-induced delusions of grandeur. And let me show you.
My name is Matthew 𝙀👋👃. I'm running for president in 2032. Tyler Higbee from the Los Angeles Rams will be my vice president. I went to Eastlake High School with him, and he's a good friend of mine. I'm 6'2", 6'3" with shoes on, and I'm worth 6 figures. I'm looking for a girl to get pregnant, preferably a white or a Spanish girl. Remember, in 2032 to vote for Matthew 𝙀👋👃. Let's go.
Matt 𝙀👋👃 is running for president in 2032, and his way of marketing his run is by portraying himself as a sleep paralysis demon, announcing his stats, and then ensuring that we all know that he is looking for a woman to get pregnant, as well as the fact that his running mate is Tyler Higbee from the Los Angeles Rams, whom he went to high school with. You have to know that he went to high school with Tyler Higbee from the Los Angeles Rams. That will be his vice president, and he's a good friend of his. The crazy thing about Matthew 𝙀👋👃 is that this guy would probably make a pretty good president solely based on the fact that he likes to post videos of prostitutes in his hotel rooms. And it's not just like he has one prostitute of choice. No, Matt 𝙀👋👃 is a man of many different flavors.
You're so more relaxed than you were yesterday.
This motherfucker is going buck wild. This is my president right here, Matt 𝙀👋👃, 2032. It's happening. He needs 7 years to make it happen, but he's going to make it happen.
Hello, my name is Matthew 𝙀👋👃, and I'm running for president in 2032. Tyler Higbee will be my vice president. I went to Eastlake High School in Tarpon Springs with Tyler Higbee, and he's a good friend of mine. Also, Ryan Shepro is joining the team for Secretary of Treasury. We're looking for a few more open cabinet positions to be filled.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, in 2032 to vote.
Quick update. We have made contact with Matt 𝙀👋👃 and official confirmation that I'm going to be in his cabinet for 2032. He has told me to DM him, and we are ironing out the details as we speak.
And Tyler Higbee, let's go.
Let's go! Matthew 𝙀👋👃, Tyler Higbee, faceless. That sounds like a cabinet everybody could vote for. Drip too hard don't stand too close. You're going to fuck around and drown off this wave.
Hello, my name is 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, and I'm announcing my run for president in 2032. Tyler Higbee from the Los Angeles Rams will be my vice president. I went to Eastlake High School with Tyler Higbee in Tarpon Springs, and he's a good friend of mine. I'm 6'2", 6'3" with shoes on, unlike Donald Trump, who says he's 6'3", but in the debates with Jeb Bush, Donald Trump looks shorter than Jeb Bush. I'm worth 6 figures. I live on the water here in Tampa, Florida, and I'm looking for a girl to impregnate.
That's one thing you could say about Matt 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 is that he does not like liars. He does not fuck with that lying bullshit. He says it how it is, and he fucks prostitutes. He says it how it is, and he fucks prostitutes. It's my president right there. The next level 2 that we have on the list is a woman named �10𝐼𝐍𝐼𝐍. She believes that she is being gang stalked, and it doesn't help that she lives near a retarded guy who doesn't know how to answer her psycho questions about him gang stalking her, so he enables her beliefs because he keeps kind of playing into it, and he looks like he's probably actually and he doesn't know how to answer her, so he just says, oh, I don't know how much they're paying me, I don't know. So that probably doesn't help with her delusions. She conveniently believes that all gang stalkers have signed an NDA, also thinks that they do witchcraft on her. The poetic irony and commentary that there is to be made about someone like �10𝐼𝐍𝐼𝐍 is that she's so obsessed with her gang stalkers that she doesn't realize that she's actually gang stalking and terrorizing the people in her neighborhood. And she herself is the gang stalker. What is the saying? When you gaze into the abyss gazes back.
Okay, so as you can see on my walk, these are people that have been involved in my gang stalking. Yes, they use kids too. This guy was doing witchcraft. Just watch him do his thing. And that's his car. They do this anytime I come out of my home. Yep. And then, of course, John was out. They had to have John out. That's why I got my camera out to begin with, to show you that John was in fact out. Then I had a conversation with John where he did confirm again, once again, that Shelly or Sheila or one of the two is in fact paying him in gift cards to follow me around on my walk. So there you have it. We have him again telling me the same thing over again. And these people outside making sure that he is in fact saying what he needs to be saying, but he didn't actually. His story kind of flopped back and forth. Here's some people making sure that he's...
There's a Mexican dude that starts praying every time she comes out because she's insane and she's terrorizing the neighborhood. Whoever's running the little neighborhood watch of this apartment complex is paying a retarded guy gift cards to keep an eye on her so that she doesn't harm anybody. They're all gang stalkers,
Shelly.
though.
Hi, my name is �10𝐼𝐍𝐼𝐍, and I'm a target.
Now I am recording. You cannot be recording. This is a HIPAA law. Okay. Again, you cannot be recording in medical facilities. Changing, you guys. This is HIPAA law.
I like how they're both just staring at her. They're both like, oh no, she's insane. Okay. We should probably leave her alone. If this woman started harassing me in my apartment complex and ruined my day, and then I looked at her Instagram and I saw this, I would go insane. I would break into her house. This would fuck with me really bad. If this woman came up to me and just harassed me and was recording me and then accused me of gang stalking her, and then I see this on her Instagram. I see a video of me and then I scroll down and that's the next video. Is that? Yeah, now we have a problem.
Some adjacent homes or apartments are occupied by neighbors of the target who have offered to cooperate in punishment of the target. The initial contact of neighbors to determine their willingness to cooperate is done by senior staff, and incentives to cooperate are often tendered. Here are some commonly used punishment activities which are carried out both by CBAs and cooperating neighbors of the target. Activities are rotated among the choices, but at least one of them is applied daily.
Her gang stalker is wearing red to provoke an emotional reaction from her.
They try to justify all this gang stalking that they do.
That song probably goes hard if you're a retarded psychopath.
Look who followed me on my walk today, guys. It's John. Hi, John. How are you?
Sheila?
Breeza.
Breeza?
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How much do they pay you to come out here and stand like this?
I don't know, Breeza.
You don't know? Do they give you gift cards?
I guess once in a great while.
Once in a great while they give you gift cards to come out here?
Where's Sheila?
I don't know where Sheila is. My name's Breeza, though.
Oh.
Okay. Thanks, John, for telling me.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, bye, John.
That's so amazing. This man is obviously retarded, and he doesn't know how to respond to her. And he's like, I don't know. Oh, do they give you gift cards? Every once in a while, I guess. She's like, that's it. They pay him in gift cards to follow me around. There you have it, folks. You're done, John. He's like, where's Sheila, the lady that takes care of me? Where is she? I don't know who Sheila is. Is she another one of your gang stalkers? It's a retarded guy.
Here.
And that brings us to the final level, level 5, and that is legendary white unk status. This is an extremely rare level when it comes to schizogram. This man's name is Jacob Cooper, and as you'll see, there is something...
I am Princess President Jacob Lee Cooper, and all of the Mayhaw...
a little off about the guy.
I am the creator. I have already roared and took the command of everything, even the sun. I wake up before sunrise and I go to bed at 9, 10 o'clock every now and then. The elements has already been tired of everyone speaking, claiming they're me. They was not me. Everything was being blunt-ended. I am here. I can help everything move forward, and that's what they was waiting for. And they will fight for me.
I got the map all strung up, but my nephew wants it. So I'm going to hunt for another map. Then we'll have 3 possums, and then I'll have 2 maps.
Cooper Jacobs believes that he created the universe and is in a multiverse all contained within another universe.
Being goddamn to one universe, that I create my own one universe, but I'm a multiverse, all in this same universe. There's multiple universes, even alien life forms. I've been part of all of that. And I'm here with y'all because of the fact that I lust after the flesh.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Okay.
And I like alien life form too, even Mira.
He also believes that he is building a planet.
And throughout all of this time of me building another planet, I will not steal anything from anyone due to the fact of I'm smart enough to build it myself. I don't have to steal anything from you. I don't need anything from you. I don't even need you to help me.
Cooper Jacob gets level 5 legendary white unk status merely because this is just your average white unk. This is what you get. You basically get a guy like this that teaches you how to make pipe bombs. If you're blessed like one of us, it's just white unk. I was sent this account last night, actually. I've been doing schizo research for quite a few weeks on and off, trying to ration it out, if you will, because it's very difficult to do this. And I got sent this account, and I saved it to my schizo bookmarks folder because I was assuming that's what they were trying to get at here. And with scrolling through this page, I'm just going to give you a disclaimer right now. Most of it I'm going to have to mute because it's mostly Backstreet Boys, Shakira, Beyonce, licensed music, and I don't really want to deal with copyright. This is the first reel that I was sent by Melissa Shaw. She says, I didn't cheat on you, Parker. I'm innocent. And she's dancing to... You know what's weird is I've noticed that schizos don't get copyright striked. This is original audio. This is the song I Want to Dance With You on the Mountain. Schizos don't get copyright striked, but you can best believe I'd get slapped up if I played a licensed song like this and tried to claim it as original audio, especially for how much engagement she's getting. Look at that. So you click on her page, and as I was scrolling through, this is what's so hard to discern with schizogram sometimes. You see, she lives in a nice house. She lives next to a pool. Very, very nice house. If you look at this caption, this is the most recent reel she's posted. Her caption says, we got a country to save. Greatest comeback era and evolution era still coming. Swimming in her pool. She's doing her workout. She got Janet Jackson on there. And she does this dance. This is her little dance she does. You can see she does this move, spin move, does the 2-step and then the spin move. And then she posts her dinner like I think any normal person does. That mac and cheese was definitely not cooked right. That, I know how that mac and cheese is because that's how my mom used to cook mac and cheese. That is waterlogged. That is some waterlogged mac and cheese. Either she threw it in there before it started boiling or she let it boil way too long. That's where the cracks start to show, is in her mac and cheese cooking abilities. Who the hell can't cook mac and cheese except for this woman and my mom? But it's because my mom's got severe ADHD, so she just walks away from it and forgets. Maybe that's what's going on with this lady. You know, I started getting irritated going through this account because what this looks like to me is just a lady who's posting her daily life. I was starting to get mad because I'm like, man, you guys don't know what schizogram is. Just to let you know real quick, one of the biggest indicators of this has all been posted within the last 24 hours. All that stuff I just showed you, all of this has all been posted within the last 24 hours. Now, from what I've been able to deduce, this dance she's doing is her workout dance. She does this as a workout. With her account, as you start to scroll down further and further, you see that she actually thinks that she's saving America. That little caption in that first video that I showed you, that's not just a turn of phrase or something. No, she actually thinks that she's too busy saving America. She's got better things to do. How is she saving America? I don't know. But then this next video, she says, gotta get my revenge body. I don't cook for a man that wants to cheat on me with low-life, rat-faced, gang-stalking hoes. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. But she's working out for him still. Working out for my man. Wait, didn't she say in the first reel that we saw that she was, I didn't cheat on you, Parker? And you see she does the dance, man. The dance is now seeing that this isn't just some lonely housewife who's alone all day, but now with the whole idea in mind that she thinks that she's saving America and whoever she's doing this dance for cheated on her with low-life, rat-faced, gang-stalking hoes, the dance starts to have a new meaning. It starts to get a little creepy, doesn't it? And it's very choreographed. This is Britney Spears Alone in Her Home-esque. Gym time. I'm always better than the gang-stalking hoes that stalk me. Me and you forever together. God forbid there is any man that, you know what's sad is there's always there's always that homie that will take the risk. There's always that homie that's like, nah, dude, you know, I bet it's one of you in the comment section right now. I bet one of you watching is like, you know, she's kind of cute, dude. Maybe I'll shoot my shot with her. Please, for the love of God, don't do it. I'm doing you a service right now because I am teaching you what crazy looks like so that you know all of the red flags. If a woman that you're dating starts doing these, if she posts probably about 75 times a day to her social media account of her doing the exact same choreographed dance and she doesn't seem to even be getting better at the footwork, probably don't do it. Probably just slowly back away. I'm not saying that this woman isn't eligible for love. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just giving you good advice here. You know, you see this, you think, oh man, church date sounds great. And then she is dancing over you while you are paralyzed from whatever she put inside your drink that you got while you guys were at brunch. This is POV. You are laying in her house after brunch, completely paralyzed from the neck down, and she is doing this dance over your body as she's planning on what she's going to do with you next. I would say this is a level 3. Don't know what's going on. She doesn't really give me enough information to know what's going on. That's a weird, I don't like that she says promises made together, promises kept together forever. That freaks me out. Absolutely freaks me out seeing that. Promises made, promises kept together forever. We're forever in love. Oh, God, please, no, don't do it. Ever since the beginning, I always knew you was the only guy I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. Promises made, promises kept. Oh, please stop sloganizing that, whatever that is. Someone named Parker dancing at 2 a.m. That's called mania. Sweetie, I've done that. Dancing at 2 a.m., push-ups at 3 a.m., cleaning the house at 4. That's what mania looks like, and I have had it. Years ago, I posted, he's so handsome, what's his name? Then Cardi B put that in her song. Then last year, I found he's so handsome on social media. Parker Lanosa. Oh, wait a minute. Parker Lanosa. Oh, no. This is who she's dancing for? Oh no.
You was doing the self-care, okay, with your little book and everything, you know, candle going. We love that. We love that. Let me get a peek. Let me get a peek. But no, I'm just kidding.
Is she commenting on his stuff? What was her name? No way! She's posting. Just posted a new video for you. Oh God. Oh shit. The rabbit hole goes deeper. She's talking to this guy. Well, at least it's not some local dude whose life is going to be ruined. At least it's this guy. I'm quite okay with this guy's life being ruined. You know what? I ship them. We need to get them together. How can we get Melissa Shaw and Parker Lanosa together? How do we make this happen? Should I act as though I'm recruiting him for a Hollywood film and then have him show up to a rented office studio and she's just in there doing her little dance for him, and then we lock the doors when you get him in there? Should we do that? Let me know if that's what we should do, and maybe we'll do a GoFundMe. Maybe we'll do like a give, send, go. We can get them hooked up. We'll get them hooked up. We're getting them hooked up. I shipped these two. I think they're going to work out really well, actually. All the dances that Melissa Shaw was doing were intended for Parker Lanosa. Well, you know what? It's just a girl in love. That's all it is. Level 3, I think you're unhinged. I'm glad you're locked in that big house away from the world. But we're going to hook you up with Parker, okay? We're going to hook you up with Parker. We're going to make it happen. The last Schizogram account that I want to show you is one that I've saved for last because I'd like to highlight them. His @ is Ryan_Dean1. Ryan is quite the character. So much so that I'm going to be quite honest, he's made me a fan. He makes me root for him. He makes me want him to do better. I'm going to show you the first reel that I was introduced to Ryan Dean, and then we're going to move backwards and explain his story, what's going on and how he got to where he's at, where he came from, his whole origin story, his villain story.
Now I'm a f***ing outlaw on the run. How the f*** am I to charge this? Donald Trump, you f***ing idiot! Come on, you f***ing idiot! Forgot about me! When I was 18, I went undercover as a female. So I could get more kills. Quit with me. Leave me the f alone. Let me live my f***ing life. Where's my f***ing money? You better have my money. I gotta get this charged. Anybody gets in my f***ing way of me charging my shit is gonna get cut the f*** up. I'm just joking, motherfuckers. I can't leave it there though, can I? You see how far I threw that? I threw that blade into the river. But this is another story. I'd rather choke him. You drew first blood! They drew blood for blood doping. Jesus' blood, they said I had. We're gonna charge this piece of shit. Because I got attacked. Because I got attacked. I'm the pig with the collar around its neck like a slave. Because I got attacked for defending my country. Jack!
So what Ryan is talking about here is I had to do some research on him. He was in the street screaming around January of this year, and the cops showed up. Someone called the cops on him. They showed up and they tried to get him for disturbing the peace. He started spitting on officers, and when medical personnel showed up, he threatened to fight them. So he got put on probation, and it's probably pretty difficult for a homeless person to keep that ankle monitor charged and to check in with a probation officer all the time. So I can understand why he's upset. You're probably wondering why he is so aggressive. We'll get to that in a minute, but one thing that I do want to point out is his reference to Rambo, "You drew first blood," him yelling about fighting for the country, him speaking on how he went undercover as a woman to get more kills. That's because Ryan is a veteran. He hurt his leg really bad and couldn't continue in the military, so he had to leave. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, wow, you're a fan of this guy, but this is a really bad first impression, right? Let me show you a few other Ryan Dean videos to juxtapose what you just saw.
John over there said that a Milwaukee cop ruined his life when he was about 7 years old. And he said he's fine. He don't need anything right now. He's not hungry. He's good for tonight. But there's a sadness in his eyes. I wish I could draw his face or paint it. The sadness that I saw in that homeless man's eyes was beautiful. You should have seen his sadness. Well, things are looking up pretty well for the E4 Mafia these days, I'll tell you what. But I sure do miss stacking bodies and fucking bitches. Well, that's just in a dream I once had, like the Navy SEALs told me to say. What a good dream. What a good dream. Fucking body snatcher. I'd like to meet the body snatchers. Are they part of the Underground Railroad? Not really sure. But if I'm going underground inside of a man-made structure, I want a skateboard. Holy action scene. Okay, you want to go? You're for it. Let's go. Wake up. Wake up, bro. Wake up. Let's go. Come with me. Come on. He's going to come with.
As you can see, there's something with Ryan. What, in my opinion, I believe he has some sort of star power. He's very entertaining to watch. He goes back and forth between being an entertainer and then he does play the victim with what happened to him in his life. And you ask, well, what happened to Ryan? And to figure out what happened to Ryan, you have to scroll down. In between scrolling, you'll see parts where he's covered in paint.
There is a new king in town. It's just me and my friend here. Hey, King. She's well than the devil in me.
Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. And as you scroll, you see that there's pictures of a young girl.
Well, you can't have your back to the camera all the time. You gotta, you know. Hey. You know what? It's kind of sad being a veteran because it's like, there's all this cool stuff that may or may not have happened.
It's extremely rare to have a account on Schizogram that lasts longer than a few months. And as you scroll, you see videos of Ryan in a past life.
The world, you got the quarry down there. It's really pretty. Well, top of the world for our Illinois area. You can actually see. Sometimes it seems like you see Chicago on super, super clear days, but maybe just lights and stuff, who knows.
Just like she can see herself, you know, so she likes it. She laughs.
Yo, what's up? This is Ryan Dean trying out for the United States Chicago Bears of Chicago Bears, Illinois. What else is the name of Illinois? It's Chicago Bear, Illinois, right? Y'all. All right, tonight we got picking up for game night. The game for Trubisky's gonna fucking throw a touchdown right now.
He seems very lively, doesn't he? Here's a picture of him on some photo shoot. And then you see pictures like this. He made it 170 on the dot. Some pics from weigh-ins. Ryan Dean was an MMA fighter. Rocket Showdown 33, XFO Outdoor War 14. You can see him in a gi here. Looks like he's a purple belt. That's 2014. Seems as though Ryan went into the military, hurt himself. He came out, he started fighting in MMA. And MMA ultimately is what happened to Ryan. This is where he explains it. This is the only time I've seen him actually explain what happened. He said, basically ending my MMA career launched me into deep depression. Then the COVID outbreak and I injured my eye. She threw me from This is the night Marge Schaefer used her vehicle as a deadly weapon. Then I hurt my back while I performed a trust test. She got away with attempted murder, shame, just like Eve talked to the snake. So he's saying that this is the night that someone used a car against him. I was able to find Ryan Dean's final fight. And in this fight, you can see what sends him down the spiral of the next decade of his life. You can see right here when the guy gets him, I think it's this first hit right there. That's what I think it is. It's that first, watch this first hit. Not that one, the right there. You could even hear people go, ooh. I believe that his orbital was collapsed from that first hit. This is a video that Ryan shot right after this fight.
I look like I did when I was a little kid, 11. But anyways, lost my fight. It was very good of a learning experience. It was pretty awesome. I hurt like a bitch, I'll tell you that much.
Got some serious business right now. Mason action, Mace. Got a badass new ride. All right, Mason. He's gonna show us some sweet action. It's coming up. So let's get ready for this. All right, let's go. Hello.
Dad, can I go that way and that way?
Yeah, do it.
First, I'm gonna go that way and back.
He posts a lot about a kid named Mason and happy birthday, grandma. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably his son.
What are you gonna do?
Dude.
Okay, ready? We're gonna sing now. You gotta sing. Look at the green light. Look at the green light. Ready?
So Ryan Dean is a veteran who became a MMA fighter, got his orbital collapsed, and now is, through whatever series of events that has taken place since then, homeless. The thing about Ryan, I think that is endearing to me, is that he does keep himself in good spirits. Ryan has this showmanship, entertainer energy to him, and I think he has something in him where he wants to be on stage, he wants to film.
Sweet home, Chicago.
He's entertaining, he's good at riffing, at ad-libbing.
Method actor extraordinaire. You may remember me from such films as Ryan Your Mom.
Come on, that's
I like
funny.
To do good deeds, and I made a friend today. Right here, buddy.
How you doing? I don't know what you say about sexual.
He has a bunch of balloons sticking out of his pocket. It's because he likes to make balloon animals for people.
Take a screenshot and Zelle me 630-465-6414 so I can bless more people. I'm gonna bless them with $1. But now you guys Zelle me 100 so I can bless 99 more. So when I was in the military, these Navy SEALs, it's like this doctor's gonna ask you, what's your drug of choice? She's like a psychologist, and I says, well, I don't do drugs, but I always says my drugs of choice is sex and violence. And anyways, now we got too quiet in here. I don't want to shoot no videos no more, but look.
He's eating dinner alone with Ninja Turtle head.
Anyways, I didn't want to make a video. I want to make a good one and make a video and show these flowers to my daughter if I could. She's not here, and my attempted murderer won't let me see her. Isn't that funny too? Attempted murder, nobody cares because I'm a man. I didn't remember what I looked like. I didn't know what I looked like. I just saw it. And I totally blacked out on what I was going to say because it's hilarious.
I'm sure that everyone that I've covered on exploring schizogram has their own story that has led them to where they are. I'm sure I like to hope that there's some reasons as to why people have become the way that they are. I don't believe that it's all for nothing. But in Ryan's case, it was fairly easy to track down his origin story, what happened to him. But you also can see a semblance of someone here. He's not someone who's just gone incoherent, no helping. Part of me, and who knows, maybe his story, maybe he did something bad. I don't know the story. But from what I can see, it just doesn't seem to be that way. And even more so, it seems as though this guy had served in the military. He got PTSD listen, I'm not one to have empathy for people. Let me just get that out there. I'm not one to care. I'm not someone who has empathy for anyone that does drugs and has put themselves in the situation that they're in. I'm sure there's a lot of things that Ryan probably could have done to not get to where he's at now. Just seeing what happened to him, the bullet points of him serving in the military, him being a veteran, coming back, having PTSD, being an MMA fighter, one fight. Personally, this seems like a freak accident. Having your orbital collapsed on one of the first punches in a round of fighting, that's always the risk, but it's rare when you see it, the consequences of what happens. It seems like he had a hard time dealing with it. Who wouldn't have a hard time dealing with the skeletal structure of your face being permanently changed? All I know is that he is still posting as of recent. He's still going. He has a positive outlook on life. The last time he posted was June 6th. I hope nothing has gone wrong. I hope he's okay. I think that's the biggest punctuation mark, is hope. I really hope that Ryan's condition I hope for his sake and his children's sake that he is a level 0. I hope that this is something induced. I hope this isn't some permanent CTE issue. What I hope and what I see in Ryan is that there is a path to recovery and reconciliation and seeing his kids. If you guys want to go support Ryan, his Instagram name is Ryan_Dean1. I don't know if sending him money through his Zelle is supporting him or enabling him. I don't really know. I'm not good with this stuff because I'm the type of person that if you just start doing crazy shit like this, I'll just cut you out. I'm not a guy who hangs around and tries to enable people's bad behavior. But there's something about Ryan where he seems like he has a heart. He seems like he's an extremely empathic guy. He seems like he misses his kids dearly, and I just really hope the best for him. I mean,
dude, guess what? Walmart finally got the good balloons. It is on, dude. I'm out of markers. So you make your puppy dogs. You do this, like this. You draw your eyes, then you put it like this,
I don't know if enabling him by sending him money is the right move. I don't know what someone like this would need, but at the very least, just go comment something nice on his account. Maybe all he needs is to stop doing drugs. Maybe he just needs some therapy. I have no clue. I don't know.
I thought that thing just moved. What is that?
Why are you all silver? Get this man an unregistered firearm. This is the last post that Ryan posted. This was posted June 6th, I believe. There's something to be said about the good spirits that he always seems to be in.
I can't wait. I like bad bitches. I got a problem. I love bad bitches. Yeah, I got a problem. Anyways, I just wanted to say, nothing tastes quite like freedom than skateboarding in a pair of jailhouse shoes. You don't know where the I got them, though. You morons. That's how stupid the goddamn system is. You can get whatever you want out. I got them in. I got them out. That's what I was all about. My name's Stitch. I ain't no bitch, but I'll make that twitch. I hope you don't got the itch. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Nothing tastes quite like freedom other than skating in a pair of the jailhouse chanclas. The chanclas. I'm a free man.
This has been another installment of Exploring Schizogram. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope that it was worth the watch for the detriment that it has been to my mental well-being. Schizogram just never fails to bewilder and surprise and titillate the mind. If you want to see more of my content, join my Patreon. There's always a link somewhere to be found in the comments, the bio. I have a whole 2.5-hour Schizogram video of me exploring a bunch of other ones that I wasn't even allowed to put on YouTube, believe it or not. You definitely don't want to miss them. If you join the Patreon, you get access to the Discord. I keep that baby locked down like Rikers Island because I only want people within this sphere in the community. The first 7 days of my tiers are free. We have a $5 tier that is known as Plunder Gang. If you want to support the channel, please join the Patreon. Feel free to send me any other Schizogram accounts that you might have that you want me to do a deep dive on for next time.